Welcome to the OAPN Podcast with your host, Adarsh Sakare. No bullshit, no cuts. 100% raw conversations with 0% fucks to give. We don't encourage the consumption of alcohol, but if you want to open up a cold one while you watch this, it's not a bad idea.
Welcome to episode number 53 of On a Personal Note with Adarsh Sakare. Nice to be back here. Yet another week of interviewing interesting people. We've always enjoyed it. Always enjoyed sitting here and listening to perspectives that make us think. Some of you all have joined us recently. I hope you're excited as much as us. We've started to interview some, I would say, a new wave of creators, if I may. The content game has been changing quite a bit. It's getting faster, it's getting new, it's getting trendy. And yeah, we want to be in a place where we're able to capture that, document that, and bring it to you in the most realist form. So today, before we introduce the guest, let's say hi to Harshita Mittal. Hi, Harshita.
Hello, hi.
Hi, Harshita. You've got a very refreshing vibe. I need to tell you to start with. I think it's a very refreshing vibe.
Thank you so much.
We've felt that from the time we saw her profile. So, Harshita has had this recent event happen in her life, which has kind of brought her into the limelight all of a sudden. Her work was featured on Shark Tank India. And I think that's pretty cool, right? You're 22, 23, don't mind me asking.
I'm 21.
21, there you go. So, she's 21 and her work gets featured on Shark Tank, which is probably really cool, right? Like, I mean, how many people get that chance? So she gets that chance, and of course, there's a good amount of people flooding her with wishes, maybe different perspectives, questions, everything. And of course, we were also on the same side wanting to find out how all of that happened. Not just that, but who Harshita is as a person. So if you know Harshita personally, well, here's your chance to know her a little more. If you don't know Harshita, take a pause, go to her profile, have a look at her work, come back, and then enjoy the episode, right? So Harshita is a visual designer.
Yes.
And a graphic designer. Apparently there's a difference. A little one.
A little one, just
a little
difference.
A little difference in that. And of course her ability to package products is something that has brought her a good amount of interest. She dances quite a bit.
Oh, you've seen that?
Yeah, of course we have.
The stalking has been done.
It's my job.
Oh, shit.
It's my job. If you live around her house, you must have probably already seen that on her terrace.
Yes, actually, I've gotten videos. My friend lives like 2 buildings away from me, and she's sending me videos. She's like, "Stop dancing in the middle of the night," and I'm like, "I'm sorry." I've received videos like that. I'm like, "Can you just?"
I mean, that's what it is. But yeah, I think a lot of aspirations lined up for her. We're gonna jump straight into that. So, Harshita, how's life been? How are things?
Life's been interesting right now. Say, recently graduated, got my juries done, thesis is over, officially done with bachelor's degree.
What done?
Thesis. So thesis is the final project that we do in the last semester. Okay. So my thesis is done, juries are done, and right now we're just in the middle of shifting and all. Just pretty much that's been going on.
So you told me, what is the name of the course you were doing?
Visual communication and strategic branding in system design.
What got you into selecting this course?
My dad. So
what, really?
I'll tell you.
Oh, that's nice.
Actually, that's very nice. Like all the credit goes to him. In the start, I was not sure what I want to do. In 11th and 12th, I was just very clueless. I was thinking, I just liked to draw and paint. So I'm like, let's go into BFA. Fine arts it is. But I suck at it. After coming to college, I am seeing other people. I'm like, no, I was in my own bubble. There's nothing that I can't draw for shit. But so we're just exploring the options, what I can do. And my dad talked to different people and teachers as well. They're like, if you do BFA, there's not much scope as such. Like, you'll end up being a teacher or something, or there's nothing that you can do. Then we discovered design. I'm the first one in my family to take up design, and so I'm the guinea pig of it. So my dad just explored. He said, "Oh, this is design, and this is something that is there in the world. Do you want to try it out?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why
What
not?"
does he do?
He is a CA, and he's in Reliance
Wow.
Jio. Yeah.
A CA asking his daughter to get into graphic design. Welcome to New India, I would say.
Like seriously, I'm grateful for the research or whatever he did for
Refreshing,
me.
yeah.
Seriously. So yeah, we were just exploring, and we tried different. We went for different design colleges, NID, IIT, and all. Didn't get into NID. I was very new to this, and not much coaching and all was done. So in Srishti also, I remember when I had to choose a course, I'm just like, which one looks the most familiar? The posters and graphic design. I think I can do that. Let's apply for it. Had no freaking clue of what I'm gonna get into. It's like, yeah, let's get into it. Went in, gave the exam. I was waitlisted 5, and I'm just like so scared. This was my last option. It's like, I'm so scared. I don't know if I'm gonna get in or not. Finally, I get in, and just like, then again, the rest is history. Just getting into design school. That is how I got into design, but I had never thought about it, had no clue that I'm going to get into this. So yeah.
So, till when were you in Chandigarh?
All my life. I've born and brought up in Chandigarh.
So you moved to Bangalore? I mean,
for college.
Okay.
Yes.
And how's it back there? I mean, is this like a thing to do in Chandigarh, that you
What?
moved to Bangalore or
Why?
Mumbai? I mean, I'm just asking.
So see.
I mean, what was your motive? Why Bangalore? That's
Why
what
Bangalore?
I want to.
See, I want to go to Mumbai. Just because of I told you, my true love for Mumbai.
You should show them. You should show them your bag. So this is so for every Bangalorean. If you see this girl like walking around Bangalore with this Mumbai bag, like you should probably stop and ask her a question.
Do not cancel me out, guys. Please do not cancel me.
In Mumbai, okay. I mean, I told her we are sweet here. We're not that. Anyway, yes.
Thank you guys for being so sweet. If you saw me moving around with this, I'm sorry. I have love for it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No worries.
So
Bangalore is very used to getting their hearts broken. Okay, so don't worry. Okay.
So I think it's not like, see, anyways, like I think everyone likes to move out of their hometown. I'm not sure, but like for me at least, I don't want to get back to my hometown. I want to settle here, settle there actually. I'm going there for a break right now, but after that I'm going to move out as soon as possible, because I feel after coming out of Chandigarh, there was a bubble that was burst. Like, the city is so planned. There's no traffic. You reach from one end to the other one in like 15-20 minutes.
20 minutes,
Yeah, here I've traveled like 2 hours to get here, and it's just annoying, but kind of like a learning point or like a learning curve in itself. So in general, I've just loved being in a big city and like, the kind of opportunities that you get, because all of my life I've lived in Chandigarh. So it feels like a much bigger space to explore for me. And I am that kind of a person who likes to explore. Like if I'm like I am a lazy person too. Like if you put me in my home, I'm gonna stay in that. I'm gonna just eat home food, do the things that are needed. But if I'm outside, it makes me just feel more motivated to do more. So that's why I just.
So getting out of home, and so when you came to Bangalore, I mean, of course, COVID happened and all of that. But then you were living by yourself, or how?
I was living in a PG.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they had
and I mean, how is it seen? Like, are your parents pro children moving out of the house and exploring the world?
Yeah. So the thing is, my dad, he was actually up for it. He's like, yeah, sure. He was just like, Delhi nahi jana, baki jahan jana chale jana. It's like, sorry. Hope I don't get something for this now. See, okay, listen, Indian parent mentality, I'm sorry. And we have the most relatives in Delhi. Like, I don't have anyone in Mumbai, in Bangalore, any of my relatives. But he was like, Delhi, dekh le. वहाँ apply भी नहीं करा मैंने. So not Delhi, but in general, he's just always been up for it. He's always been pushing me that, go out, explore more. And he's always been that kind of person. My mom, she got a little emotional. She's like, why do you want to go? Stay home and all that. Because there was a point, because my brother also moved out, I also moved out. So we both were out of the house, and it was just my parents. So I think that was just kind of emo. Other than that, they've always been pushing me to explore more, to just get out of the house. So yeah, in that sense, I've been very lucky.
Nice. So you moved to Bangalore, you get into this college, of course, you spend this time during COVID. And then when the actual life started in Bangalore, how was that?
actual life.
Yeah, when going to college, like every single day, how did?
For the most time of it, I didn't understand what's happening.
Okay.
See, I told you, I lived in a bubble. Like,
Okay.
I was seriously like, I'm the second child. I was pampered. I was like, I was not spoiled. I won't
Okay.
say that. But I was like, didn't know much. I was just like, just being in my own thing, have my 2-3 friends, gonna live with them only. Just didn't have much knowledge about, like, in general, I feel I regret not having much knowledge or not exploring much in the start of my first, second year. I didn't talk to a lot of people, didn't network a lot, because I just thought, these are my 2-3 friends. I'm going to stay with them, my PG friends and all that. I'm going to spend my whole day around them and everything. So it was it hit me a little later. After COVID, it hit me that, I need to go back, start exploring, meet new people. And then I think at that time, my city life really started when I started going out, starting talking to different people. We used to do research around the city. We used to go to Chickpet and everything. So at that time, I think the city life hit me, and the college life it was overwhelming at start. Like, it was like, oh my God, so much people. Like, people know so much. Like, in third year when I didn't get my freelance, I used to think that, oh my God, I'm not.
What do you mean when you didn't get your freelance? Is
So,
it internship?
like my internship or freelance. The thing is, in our college, everyone is doing something or the other thing apart from college. Yeah. So like a lot of people are there who are like, oh, I'm doing this internship. Oh, I'm doing this part-time. And I'm just like, oh, okay.
Wow. Yeah, I think times have changed. Honestly, like I think 2016 to 2018, I did my MBA here in Bangalore. And even then, right, this wave had started of networking outside your college and trying to do something else. But even then, it was like, ठीक है, April में do an internship. Internship कर लो, that is your extra mile, right? You're trying to prove yourself, got an extra mile. But in the last 5 years, things have changed so much. Whether you're on a job or whether you're doing your internship or whether you're studying, it's just not enough.
It's just not enough. You need something on the side.
Because people will tell you that's taking 8 hours of your time and you still have 16 hours left. What are you doing
on that? Exactly.
And that's pressure.
Yeah, exactly. I don't understand like if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Like, that's still like for me, like when I was in college, it was a good motivation for me to do. Like right now, when I was college, I'm doing a freelance and a part-time. Like I'm doing 3 things at the same time. So it was a good motivation, and because it's giving me like, it's giving me experience, it's giving me money. So like, why not?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I just feel, is this like good? Because I remember being on the other side when the pressure was on me and I was not getting much, and it was just, I used to have call with my friends and I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I think I'm just not enough. And again, this design field was so new and I was questioning each and everything. I'm just like, I think, because again, I was like, my dad got into this. Like my dad got me into this. I'm not sure if this is made for me or not. Yeah. But again, that pressure and everything, it was like, I'm still figuring out like, if this is a really good thing that makes you go hustle, or if it's just like just unnecessary society pressure.
Yeah, because I also feel like, isn't college to actually like
have
chill?
Fun?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. But
like, I'm telling you, like, fuck, I'm sounding so old other than my fucking stories, man. Like, 29 feels... So anyway, 10 years ago. When I
10 years ago. I'm sorry, I was a kid. I can't relate.
Wow. But anyway, way back in 2012 and 2013, when I was doing my degree,
I was watching the movie 2012. What a movie! Loving my life.
But anyway, back in the day. So we used to finish class at like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then we would sit in the basketball court and probably we'd sit there till 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. And that's it. Nobody there would sit and say, hey, what are we doing with our life? Nobody is fucking making content. Nobody is like already earning. None of that. And we'd go back home happy. And we turned out fine. But
yes.
But I don't know, how...
I don't know, chul kya hai is generation.
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
I also sound like I'm not in this generation.
No, I think the problem is, right, like now you saying you're 21, you already have 21, 22-year-olds earning good buck.
Exactly.
Earning
good buck as if they can settle.
Yeah.
Everything is so fast that you've achieved that you're supposed to achieve at 29, 30. You've already achieved. Yeah. And like, what's next? You're always going for more then. And it's just...
Yeah. So for you, I think it's the measure of success isn't even earning, the measure of success is, like you said, settling. Having good enough work that it settles you.
Yeah.
So the level of the benchmark
The retire early.
Yeah, the benchmark is so high. Anyway, let's come back a little. Yeah, how did this packaging story begin? And run us through the whole Shark Tank experience.
Oh, for sure.
And what I really liked about the reel that you put up, right at the end of the reel, you say, I wish like Ashneer or Piyush, one of them, like, see it, guys, comment on this. And I mean this is the beauty of today's content, right? Like a girl coming in from Chandigarh, getting into Bangalore, making this piece, her work gets portrayed, and just with the power of people, you never know. Like, there is a high chance of one of the sharks giving you a call tomorrow and saying, hey, you know what, we really liked your packaging and maybe we saw your reel, why don't you come meet us, right? And that's the beauty of it. So first of all, congratulations to that. I think
so
kudos to that.
Thank you so much.
But yeah, walk us through the whole experience. How did you get the approach of Patil Kaki? Am I saying that right?
Yes, you are.
I mean, I'm a Maharashtrian, but I still want to like get the pronunciation right. But yeah, just walk us through it.
So it was a very we have this Srishti group, we have a batch group where different gigs keep coming, and there was a message from one of my batchmates, Anudi, and she sent that just a simple message: brand Patil Kaki looking for a graphic designer, DM this number. That's it. I was doing my internship at that time. I was like, why not try a shot? I just texted them. I'm like, hey, this is like, I'm Harshita, I'm a visual designer, this is my portfolio, and please let me know about the requirements. And they're like, oh great, we like your portfolio, let's get on a call. And they tell me about the requirements. At that time they're looking for a social media and just like in general posters and all that kind of stuff. But then they tell me that this is confidential and we are like going to Shark Tank and we need a rebranding for it. I'm like, okay, that's a very good opportunity, and obviously I didn't want to miss it. Like, I didn't know it will pan out to this much, definitely, but I thought like, oh, my designs will be in Shark Tank for sure. So I was like, yeah, for sure, I'd love to do the rebranding. And I had done like some packaging design projects as well. So I was calling myself, I specialize in packaging design. So I was very interested in it, and so we did like, again, when you start with a project, it takes like 2 months to just get started with it. We started talking in June. In August, we actually started the project because of different delays.
The same
The same project, the rebranding. June and July.
It takes that long to appear on Shark Tank?
Oh, it takes a long time. Like, wow. So we did this project in August 2022. And this thing, and we finished the project. This project was supposed to finish in like 20 days. He's like, oh, we are on a tight deadline. I'm like, yeah, understandable. And this project was stretched till November. And this, so designs that you see in
almost
on
3-4
Shark
months.
Tank, yes, the designs that you see on Shark Tank, they're not the final designs. They're pretty much the same, but there's some tweaks and everything that we did, like the icons are changed.
Couldn't make it.
Yeah, which couldn't make it. So, because I remember the day they were supposed to go and set up, the night before, like I was working till 5 or 6, and I'm calling Darshi. I'm like, this is the design. Does this work? I'm sending them the file. He's like, yeah, I've sent it to the printer. They're printing it right now. Because a day before you're supposed to give the setup to the Shark Tank people so that, they have the whole production and everything ready. So, yeah, so the designs that you see in Shark Tank, they're not the final ones. There are some tweaks and everything that are done after that as well. So, so we started the project in August, and this was till date one of the hardest projects that I had to work on because of the number of iterations that went into it. Like, at that time when I was in the project, I was like, oh, there's too much work. I can't do it, this thing and all that. I was like, I'll just outsource. And I was just like, no, you know what? This is the kind of push that you need. Because
what is it that makes it hard?
So thing is, when you do this packaging design, any designing that you do, they're like, the client requires like different design. You know what? If I'd made this design in like 5 days, I came up with a concept, I sent you a design. They're like, oh, this doesn't work. Give me another one. You will say that in next like 2 minutes, and then I have to think, like I have to scratch the whole research and concept that I did and come up with a new thing. And that is just pressure on my brain. And that because of that pressure, I can't think anymore. Mm-hmm. So that is a kind of like, not exactly creative block, but you're just stuck in a rut at that time. Just like, oh, I don't know what to think. We have given you 10 designs already. I'm not sure. So there were a lot of moments, but I am very happy. Like I was dealing with Darshil at that time. Darshil is the Patil Kaki's, I think, co-founder. So I like after this whole packaging design was also done, I realized why the design that were rejected actually. Like, I understood, I learned so much in this project. I learned, like, I thought that I understood audience, but after this project, I understand what audience need and what actually designer needs. Designer will make anything, like, they'll make the typography look cool, they'll make the bhujia fly off from the packaging, but they're like, this is not what the audience needs. Audience needs clear communication, which I realized and build upon after this project. It's just like, what? So I made like a weird this thing of like Gujia written in this big letters, like Patil Kaki right on your face, and I'm just like, this doesn't work. I'm like, why? This looks beautiful. I'm like, it's not a poster, it's supposed to be a packaging. So at that time, I started understanding audience. So again, like a very long project, full of iterations, full of very. At that time, I was in my 7th semester doing pre-thesis. So because of that also, it was very hectic, and I was doing an event for with Association of Designers of India. It was a Sante. So again, dealing with the whole event.
We got to talk about that as well.
Yes, we'll talk about that as well. Yeah. So doing that event, and then Patil Kaki, it was just a whole khichdi going on in my life, in my work life. But it was worth it. Obviously, it was so worth it by the end of it. But yeah, a big learning curve for me, and exactly what you said, people. Like the power of people. Like,
so a few questions here. So first of all, I think people underestimate what goes into the work that you just spoke about, yes. Right? Because even me, when I look at it, I'm just like, okay, theek hai, acha hai, fine. I mean, but yeah, I definitely. Will, as a consumer, I'll not sit and think the thought process that has gone behind the logo, the color. Is bhujia flying? Is bhujia kept in the bowl? Like, I'm not thinking about all of that, right? But so that's the problem. Like, I think people underestimate forms of art such as this, because for you to understand what exactly the product is and what they are going to do requires this amount of work, because there's only so much space you have to communicate what you can do, right? So I just hope people get that. So this happens, and then the show airs. I don't think it airs live, right? It takes
Yes. This was shot in like August, like I told you, right? August and September, I feel. It aired on 3rd or 4th January.
So say 3 months.
Yeah.
3 months into it. So after they shot the episode, did you get a call back saying, hey, you know what, we got a compliment on...
Oh, yes. So the moment they finished the shooting, like the moment they came out of the studio, I think it was like a night shoot or something, and they called me at like 10:30 or something. Darshil calls me up. He's like, oh, we just got done with the shooting, and he told me, he's like, oh, this is the kind of offers they're getting. Obviously, like right now it's up, everyone knows about it. So, but that time he's like, okay, don't tell everyone, but like we got this funding, and also I'm not sure if it's gonna come on television, but Piyush and everyone, they were praising the packaging, they were very happy with it. I'm just like, I was screaming. I was like, so me and my roommate, they were just chilling, watching a film, and I was just like, you know what, just take a pause, bro. Piyush Bansal just appreciated the packaging that I did, and she's seen me through it. Like, she's seen me through the, like, waking up till 5. Like, she'll wake up in the morning for college, and I'll be going back to sleep. That is how messed up her routines are. And she's like, bro, kab tak karegi itna kaam? I'm like, bro, this is what happened. And so yeah, I did get a call at that time just to let me know that, you know, your designs have been appreciated. Because again, we were not sure if it's going to air or not, because sometimes they cut those parts out. Yeah. So, but yeah, amazing feeling.
So then, of course, like that moment is past. Now it comes out on television. And so the part of the reel which you've put up, who has shot that? You have shot that on television?
Yes. So I told my friends also, like, guys, Shark Tank reel is coming up. Patil Kaki is there. Just watch it. Yeah. So a lot of people were sending me TV recordings. So the one of the Shark Tank episode.
Yeah. And they've obviously included the part where
everything.
Packaging kisne kiya, or he says
yes. The thing is,
I just wish you mentioned your name.
Oh my God, yes.
I'm telling you, like, I watched that reel like 7-8 times, and I'm like okay, at some point, is he mentioning Harshita? But I get it, because then the brand is invested into that moment, right? True,
I get it. Definitely. But yeah, so the problem with my shoot was that I am shooting that thing and my parents and my brother, they're sitting here and they're watching it for the first time. So when they say that this packaging is done, this thing, packaging bahut achhi hai, my dad, my brother starts clapping. They're screaming. They're like, woohoo, yay, and all that. And I'm like, guy, recording meri. I'm like, I can't use this recording anymore, but I'm grateful. A lot of my friends are sending me recordings and all that. So I chose the best one, the color graded it, and just then put that one.
Fine, great. So now the episode's out, and I think your reel is also out. I mean, it's probably a good life. Like,
Yes. I'm actually grateful. My brother is the one after it was aired. No, he's like, you need to make a reel and put it by tomorrow. Because people are watching this and people will remember this.
That's all.
And
that's the window
exactly.
you have.
That's the window that I have, and I'm so happy that I actually did that.
So you did that and it's out, and this is the part that we wanted to speak about, right? So all this is out, which is great. Everyone's congratulating you, and now as soon as you have like 1,000 people congratulating you, that's probably the best and the worst part.
Yes.
Right? And I want to get into that because you wake up next morning and you realize now Harshita is not the same Harshita anymore, at least for the world. Harshita is the one who's made this brand that's come up on Shark Tank. So yeah, talk us through how that is and what pressure came through you because of that. Yeah.
इतना मजा आया था ना स्टार्टिंग में, मैं क्या बताऊँ. Like I was like, oh my god, mama 1 million, mama 2 million, mama this, mama people are reaching out to me on DMs and they're like, I'm getting work and all. After that, mama, I can't handle this. What to do? I need to leave Instagram. And the thing is, obviously, like, this is not some pressure that people have been putting on me. Like, I'm very grateful. I'm very, very grateful for all the contacts that I've gotten. Like, apart from other, like, time pass GMs as well, I've gotten some great contacts as well. Some other influencers also have reached out for potential collaborations, maybe in future or something. So it's actually been the best thing that could ever happen. But again, this again comes up with the thing of the pressure that you put on yourself. Like, you know, no one's been telling me that you have to make content now, you have to do this. But this is something in me. I'm just like, people are expecting something.
Yeah.
People are doing something.
Suddenly more eyes on you.
Yeah, suddenly more eyes. I'm just like, anything I'm going to put, they're going to like watch and they're going to judge. And they're going to like, one thing that I have, like, if I put any reel, they're going to judge me. They're going to visit my profile. And then they're going to be like, you know what? She's not worth it. I'm going to unfollow her. This is the kind of thing that was going on. I'm just like, that is so messed up. Why am I thinking about these things? But I just can't get out of it. Yeah. I just don't know how to get, because I was never a content creator. I could never. This was like my personal account. Just used to post random bullshit. Yes. And now suddenly I'm just too conscious. My friends are like, where are your dance reels? I'm like, I can't post a dance reel. People are watching. He's like, what the hell? Like, maybe people want to watch it. I'm like, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure
I don't
anymore.
Know
if they followed me for that.
Exactly. I'm like, next Shark Tank आएगा तो post कर दूँगी. But it's just so much, and I'm just like, I've been talking. So there's another person, Rathi Krishna, right? He's a strategic branding person, and
What's his name?
Rathi Krishna Rathi.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
He has amazing. He talks about different business strategies, brand strategies of different brands. Okay. Amazing.
Nice.
So
Bangalore-based guy.
He's in Mumbai right now. Okay. So he moves around for different things. So I talked to him also. I'm just like, you know. So I got in contact with him because of this reel itself. Oh, yeah. I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I'm not sure. It's like, you know what? Just focus on the projects. If you're getting the projects, just like. So I started like pivoting from it. I'm just like, you know what? Social media is fine. That I'll handle when I can handle. Because again, my thesis was getting started. At the worst, I'm just like, I have to think about so much, my portfolio and everything. Everything is coming together, and I'm just like, can I just give me a little weeks? Just don't give me any work and help me. Give me therapy to figure this shit out, because I never knew how to do it. And I don't have content creative friends to relate this thing with. And I'm just like, guys, someone just make content for me anymore. I can't. But so I was just like, you know what, let me just take advantage of the opportunities that I'm getting, focus on my work, build my portfolio. And it's fine if I don't put on social media anymore. That site was like dead for some time, and it was just like going around and that. But right now also I'm just like thinking, tiptoeing around. I'm just like, should I post it? Should I not post it? Because like the thing is, I know that there are like some good famous people also who are following me right now, and I'm just like, what are they gonna think if they
you belong to them now?
Yeah. in my head. I don't want to. But then I'm just like, what if they see a dance reel on their feed? What the hell? They're like, Harshita is putting a dance reel. Why the hell am I following you? So it's a lot of pressure that's like, I'm still figuring out. Like, I don't know. Earlier I had that excuse of, thesis going on. Now thesis over. Graduation is done. Now I have to think about this. Now I have to sit and, actually strategize so that I can actually do something out of this amazing opportunity that I've gotten.
Yeah.
So need to get out of that.
What was the bump of followers? What number did you
I was
go
on 1200, I think. I was on 1200. Right now I'm on 40.
So
40, yeah.
Basically your profile has been built on the fact,
on the Shark Tank, yes.
That Shark Tank,
Yep.
like 15-second mention, and things change.
Yes, people don't realize. Like I was thinking, like Piyush Bansal, when they said, they wouldn't have realized they would have changed such a big change in someone else's life by just
we are
saying
here,
this.
like listening to your story because of that.
Yeah, exactly.
15-second.
Exactly.
It's as simple as that.
Such a long, like last year random message. Like it just feels, again, it feels very like a filmy thing. Just messaging someone, from there the journey takes along. Then Piyush saying something, and then me all the way journey coming to here. It just makes you feel, you should trust the process.
You should trust the process.
Like if I think third year Harshita, second year Harshita, when I said I was having like anxiety, I'm not getting work, she'll be fine. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, but so maybe this will make you feel better, right? So we've met quite a few content creators now.
Yes.
And I think there are different journeys a content creator takes. Some of them have had a very gradual upward journey. 5K, 10K, 15K, 20K, 25K, and it's taken them maybe 5 years to get to like a 300K fan base.
Yeah.
And that's a pure organic growth. Those people aren't going away.
Yes.
You dance, we are watching. You make something tomorrow, we are watching, right? So they've played the long game.
Yes.
And then there comes now the fresh set of creators. And somehow, of course, like Instagram in itself is helping creators get the audience.
Yeah.
Don't you agree? Like,
yes,
the algorithm on your profile is probably working better than the algorithm on many other profiles. Yes. And that's how things are working, and it's great. And that's the thing. So the platform has been given to you like this.
Yes, definitely.
Right? And it's there. And which is great. But then, like you said, now you're worried about uploading that dance reel. But if you think of it, that's what Harshita is.
Exactly. People keep telling me that.
Yeah, Harshita is dancing on the terrace. Like,
and
that's
the neighbors
vibe.
are sending me the video.
Yeah. So I truly believe, I think, of course, like, and that whole worry about, okay, what if people unfollow me? I think it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah,
because
that's true.
if they're going to unfollow you, let them unfollow now, right?
Yeah.
Not when you're at like 200K and 300K.
Yeah.
You'd probably not want them there anyway. So I think that's where...
That's true. That's true.
Where it is.
That really helps,
Yeah.
Like, I'm that person who just needs to hear some obvious things which I know, but from other people, just to convince myself that, it's okay.
Yeah.
But,
and I mean, it's 40K, but it's okay. So if you had to like... I know it's early to ask. I don't mean to put more pressure on you than you already are in. But what's the type of content like you want to make?
I want
forward?
to make. So I know that I want to make content around my visual designing, definitely, because the thing is, the kind of growth I've seen in my work in general, like connecting with people, like, if you post your work online, like I didn't used to do that much. If you post your work online, there's more gigs, there's more networking. So definitely some visual design content, but in a more Harshita sense, like, in a more casual, not the sophisticated aesthetic reels, but dude, this is what happening. Illustrator just fucking not responding to me right now. So there's this person, Elliot is a cool guy. Elliot is a cool guy. He's a graphic designer. I think he's based in US, I'm not sure. Okay. But he makes this graphic design content, and it's funny, and it's like, it's dumb, and adorable in the same sense, and that is what that is what I want to do. Like,
what's the type of content a graphic designer is creating?
So,
like, if you can give us an example.
So definitely I would like to share, like, in the sophisticated sense, I would like to share about my processes. Like, I feel there's a lot that I learned throughout this journey, from not even knowing design existed to actually learning and, you know, trying to make living out of it. So there's a lot of things that I learned, which I think I want to share, and which I think people would want to hear. Like, a lot of DMs that I got is like, how do you get freelance gigs? How do you land this? I'm just like, I know this, I can share this. So something like that. And other than that is just like some graphic design issues, and also I love doing podcasts. So it's like, so
are we looking at a competitor?
No. It's
Who have you invited?
It might be a collaboration.
Are you taking notes of what we're doing?
Just a second. So the voice recording is on. My friends are listening to it right now. But no. So in podcasts in general, so not in the educational design industry, in general, of like friends, you know, there's so many friends sitting on a table talking about random shit, talking about dating apps, talking about that. So that kind of casual content also. Me and my roommate does that all the time. We just forget to record it. Seriously. We just like, we need a camera and a mic all the freaking time around us because we talk such amazing shit. So that is the kind of content. So like, I am not trying to get into like some kind of line, but like graphic design, but also some casual things. So I haven't much thought about it. Clearly, I'm not a strategist around that. But yeah, some visual communication and graphic design in the Harshita sense. That's pretty much it.
So if you had to choose, I'll give you two options.
Yeah.
You can be either one. You can either be famous or you can be rich.
You can be rich or famous. Oh.
What would you choose?
See, I am a person who lives with FOMO. Do not make me miss out on the other one. Okay.
So either you become like crazy famous and you got like
if you're famous, aren't you
cash.
Rich?
Not really. Not everyone. Like the famous people in debt. Like you never know, right? So either you're famous and you got like no cash to spend, or you got all this cash in your life but nobody knows who Harshita is. If you had to choose one, what would it be? And I don't know, for some reason I felt I should ask you this question.
Come back to you in 2 to 3 business days. I think rich.
Yeah?
Yeah, because the thing is, for the kind of lifestyle I'm running for, or the kind of things that I want to do. See, I don't want to become too famous. I don't want to be like the person who everyone knows for some reason. I don't know why. I can't be that Bollywood star rich because there's just too many restrictions. I just can't. I can't live with people around me all the time. I just want to be enough rich so that people just know, okay, oh, you exist, I exist, we coexist. That's it. So but yeah, and the thing is, I want to like travel around. I want to like do so many. I have so much stuff to do.
You need money for that.
Yes, I need money for that, and I don't mind not being that famous. I was like, it's fine. So I guess
So all these gigs that you do, have you started getting paid for them?
Yeah.
Yes, and you're happy with how things are going?
Yes, definitely. One thing that in design college that we do and we motivate each other is like, तू free labor नहीं करेगी, मतलब नहीं करेगी. क्योंकि the thing is, it's like, छोटा सा तो poster है बना दो, छोटा सा तो logo है बना दो. Like तुम्हें पता है कितना जाता है उसमें. So like one thing we've decided is like not to do free tasks or something for clients. So yeah, one thing that we've been taught.
Is this like a strong, like of course college is a pretty good community, but across like are graphic designers like talking to each other all the time or connecting with each other? Is that
definitely the thing is, I haven't been much connected to a lot of people because I'm still getting into different communities. There are different communities for it, like, you know, I've been associated with the ADI, Association Designers of India, and they're like some established designers of the industry, so we talk. It's a very good vibe. Like I realized this whole designers community is just so chill, and you can just talk to anyone and about anyone and everything. Like, you know, I am talking to like 45-year-old or 35-year-olds, and it's just natural. They relate to it, and it's a very good vibe. Like we recently went to a facilitator's, our teacher's house party, and it was just, people were all around his place. People are just like just chilling and talking about random stuff. He's talking about his family and we're relating and laughing at it. So I feel in general, the designers community just makes you feel very comfortable in its own sense, except from what your age is and like what your experience is. They've always felt very home-like. Yeah, that's true.
So you also spoke about Sante and your experience with it, and I remember you talking about how you've enjoyed event management side of things, right? So you can talk us through that part of it.
After this Rishte, I told Papa कि Papa मुझे event management करनी कहते क्या? I'm like Papa नहीं मैं visual design छोड़ नहीं रही हूँ, but Sante just made me fall in love with the event management. So it was like a pre-thesis. It was like it's like the second last big project that you do for 3 to 4 months in our college, and it was with ADI and BW. BW is Bangalore Design Week, and it was a part of a protopolis. It's a bigger sense. It was just trying to introduce design in Bangalore and trying to make Bangalore the design capital of India. This was the aim, and this is a 5-year-long project. It's going to go on. So we were in the initial. This happened in 2018 once, and after that it was happening in 2022.
Yeah.
So it was a big team. We were basically visual designers of this BW. We were the management marketing team. So we divided ourselves into different things: website, graphic design, and all that different stuff. And I was always passionate about Sante. Sante is like a one-day big ass marketplace where you call in brands, have fun, and it's just a beautiful place to be in. So I was like, I'm just gonna dedicate all my time, all my everything in this Sante. And I got in touch with different people from ADI, and we became the core team for Sante. And again, it was like an amazing experience to act. It was a very different experience from what I usually do, because I was not handling visual design stuff. I was doing management, and I was doing people management. I was doing production design. So it was all around, calling up brands, getting spaces. Orion, we did it in Orion Mall. First, we were doing it in Church Street. Then we did it in Orion Mall because legal issues and all that stuff. But again, I learned a lot from it. I learned how much I loved management. I learned Excel sheets. Oh my God, there are so much.
It's a pain. It's a pain.
It is a pain. After Illustrator, after Adobe, how can you go to Excel sheets? It's just sad. It's sad. I'm sorry.
You got to delegate that stuff.
Yeah, I wish.
There's always someone who's good at it. Delegate
yes. I feel sad for the CAs and everything. My dad is on Excel sheets every day. My brother is in Excel sheets. I'm like, I'm sorry. Sucks to be you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if anyone is
no color in life.
I don't know if you might be doing Excel sheets because you're a manager right now.
No, if you looked at him.
But yeah, so yeah, a lot of management and everything, and it was very rewarding. Like I hadn't slept in like months, but it was just very rewarding. Like at the on the day of Sante, one of the team leaders, he couldn't show up. Like we were 3 core people, and he couldn't show up, and the other one who she was also busy with her brands and stuff. So everything on the day of the event came upon me. I was the one who I felt the bar. I felt like a boss lady with all the pressure and all the running around. It was different, but I felt so powerful, and it felt amazing. Like, all the on-ground volunteers were coming in. They were like, Harshita, what do we need to do? I'm like, and volunteers are so hard to manage. They're like, I have 5 volunteers and 5 ka group idhar, 5 ka group idhar. In log ke kehte, I'm going to go to the washroom. One person, pure 5 log ja rahe hain. And I'm like, inko kaun sambhalega? Mere papa? What the hell? Like, excuse me, you're not supposed to go to group washrooms. And it's just, I learned so much about management. I'm just like, you need there's a different mindset you need to come up with. So brands are coming, they're like, you know what, we don't like this this stall, give us a different stall. I'm managing that. They're like, hamare na dhoop pad rahi hai to hamare oils ud jayenge. So we are just like, and I'm just like, and there's so many different issues, and I'm just like, take, I'll give you a difference. Also, there's a lot of different management and everything that went into it. And then again, it was on autopilot. After some time, it was just like hanging out. But again, a very good learning, good experience, and and everyone after the Sante I was the first person to arrive, and I was the last person to shoo everyone. I'm like, go. And at 12, I was just giving away trolleys, giving away people.
Your body must have been beat at the end of the day.
Oh my God, tell me about it. I didn't realize till the next day. I'm like, I was telling my roommate, bro, I can't get up. Bro, there's something wrong. Because thing is, I got a good sleep after a very long time. Because again, hadn't slept and all. And after that running around, it's just like, bro, I think something's wrong with my body. I'm not sure anymore. So again, very amazing experience, and a lot of people were coming. So there's this person Jacob, and who is the lead. He's the master of everything, and he's like experienced, much respect. And his friend, he came from London or something, and he was telling me like, you know what, you did amazing. You were a boss lady, and there were so many people just coming around telling me, and I was just like, it's worth it. All my headache, all my body pain just went away. I'm just like, thank you so much, loving it. I'm gonna talk to you, connect with you soon. The brand needs me right there. So it felt amazing. These kind of power moments or this hustle moments just really drives me. Just I'm dead by the end of it, but it's always worth it. It's always worth it.
So are you looking at building a brand yourself? You have this page where you post your work on.
Rule 9.
What's it called?
Rule 9.
Rule 9.
Rule 9 studio.
What is Rule 9?
Oh shit. I was not prepared for this. My mom. Okay. So I'll tell you. In general, I'm a very weird person. In general, you'll get to know that slowly. You will hang out more and you'll know, oh, she's a weird ass. So the thing is, so you know what rule 6? So rule 6 is...
Rule 6?
Yeah. So
I don't know rule 1. I mean...
So rule 6. So basically rule 6 is... what was the rule 6? Wait, I'm thinking about my rule 9 right now.
We all have different rules. Rule 6 is very different for us.
I think,
but anyway.
But rule 6 is there are no rules.
Okay.
Like so people have.
So rule 6 is a lingo that I'm missing right now. Like is that what it is?
Kinda. Like it was said by some famous person. I'm forgetting his name.
What the hell?
So basically, the concept of it is.
Give me an example. How do I
use it exactly?
Rule 6.
I was telling you this. So if you have a poster here saying rule 6, people will say, "What is rule 6?" Because this is how I learned about it. I'm like, "What is rule 6?" They're like, "It's rule 6." Like, what is it? It's like. It's just rule. There are no rules. It can, but whatever you need. Like, don't take life so seriously. Like, there are no rules. That's why it's a random number at a random place with a random frame. That is exactly what it is. That's
love it. Love it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I was so this whole naming process of what I want my studio to be like, my imaginary studio. Haven't been there, but so I was thinking, what different things can it be there, and. Talk to my dad. He's like, don't put too much thought into it. I'm like, okay, that helps. Should I just make it Apple? No, sorry, it already exists. I'm sorry. But again, so I was just like, so I really like the concept of Rule 6. And I was like, I want to create something like that of my own. So I'm just like, let's see what concept I can come up with. And so Rule 9 was something, first of all, it had a good ring to it. It has a good, memorable,
nice.
memory value to it.
It's nice,
then I wanted to create Rule 9. It can be anything you want in life. For me, from personal experience, as I said, from so many different things that I randomly got into, for me, the trusting the process and just knowing everything's gonna happen, everything happens for a reason, everything happens for good, has been a very strong motto of my life. So I'm just like, Rule 9 is, it can be anything you want. You're a client coming to my studio, we are Rule 9, you're coming up with an idea, I'm like, you tell me it can be anything you want. So something like that. And Rule 9, I want to create much branches of Rule 9. It's not just a graphic and visual design studio. It might be event management company. It will have merches. It will have events for sure. Events, I'm sure, pretty sure. So different kind of things which I want to branch out it with. So that is why I just came up with Rule 9. It doesn't have much this thing to it, but I want to create like a thing, I'm going to a Rule 9 festival. It can be anything you want. So something like that I'm trying to create.
Very
so
nice.
Watch out, guys. Please.
Watch out for Rule 9. No, because,
Hashtag Rule 9.
Yeah, what I was asking is, of course, like with more and more work that you're going to be getting, you'll have to start selling it under a certain brand name and for it to take its own journey, and then tomorrow you can have more folks join in and work for the same brand.
And I can't use my own name because it's so freaking common. It is so freaking common.
I'm glad you realize.
Yeah, so the thing is, my friends, they have they have such unique names. I Google them and they are the first ones to come. I'm like, Harshita, no one.
No.
And the thing is, I don't have a surname. So I got it removed when I was in school, just for the sake of it. I was like, I don't like my surname anymore. And I was just like, okay, fine, let's get it removed. So I'm just Harshita. But I use it everywhere just to have some identity for myself. But if I put Harshita, I put Harshita Mittal, nothing. some random people from accounts are coming in.
You'll probably get Rule 9 as it's like...
Yeah, exactly. Rule 9, I searched. I'm like, no, Rule 9 it does not exist. I'm like, I'm gonna be the first one to be there. For sure. Because I'm just like, some random accounts people are coming as Harshita Mittal. I'm like, not fair. Where am I? So yeah, that's why I'm just like, I have to come with the alter ego. Different identity itself. So yeah.
This is nice. I mean, I think it's gonna be nice to see what you do with Rule 9. What's gonna be the first step once you come back from Chandigarh?
My first step is going to Chandigarh, and there I want to actually start setting up a system for myself. Like, now that some gigs are coming up and I want to... The thing is, I want to work in a corporate also. I want to work in a design studio because I want to get the, experience. Like, I do have freelance experience, but I want that working in a team experience. I want that studio experience. But at the same time, a lot of people have been telling me that, create a system for yourself, which I want to do. Like, where I get some freelancers on board, create a team of my own. Like, have a website person. I don't do websites, but there are people who wants to get websites done. So have a website person, UI UX person, have visual designers, and have a manager, like small team of 4 or 5 people. And create a system for myself where I get work and I can manage it. I can create. I can be the creative director and they can do the work and everything. So basically, create a little studio without really legally registering it or something like that. Because that's a bit of a process right now, which I don't mind doing. Let's see. I'll talk to my dad about it. So my first step, I'm planning to create a system first and figure this out first, and then applying for jobs. Let's see.
I don't know what's captured and what's not captured in the last 2-3 minutes. We had a little parking fiasco, but now we are back. We're probably towards the end of the episode at this point. But yeah, Harshita, if there's how do you see life ahead of this? Like, what do you want to do? What are the things that you want to get into? We've spoken about most of it, but what's right on top of the list?
One thing that I hadn't thought about from past 3 months, delaying it, and you got it up. You're just it's like your dad did do it, so I'm going to do it to you. See again, that only, I want to take a break, but with break, I definitely say I can't sit idle. Again, I don't know if this is art thing or something, but I just can't. I'm doing a part-time already. I'm going to continue that. I have a freelance show. So going back home, I'm going to continue that. I'm going to keep working because sitting idle, just if I don't have anything, I'm so lazy as a person. I'll die. So I can't do that. Other than that, trying to set up a studio, trying to, take leverage of what recognition that I got. And other than that, figuring out what I want to do. And again, applying for some of the best studios that I always want to work in Mumbai and Bangalore. Yes, in Bangalore too. But yeah, again, that only. But yeah, trying not to stay at home for a very long time. Gonna get out. My mom is not happy about it. But yeah, gonna try to get out of it soon. But
super, yeah. Thanks for coming here. I think... this was truly refreshing, not kidding. I have not laughed this hard on an episode in a long time.
I'm glad. So that's the Harshita way.
I've purely enjoyed myself sitting here. 100%, if I had to tell you one thing, be fearless, be fucking fearless, test whatever the fuck you want. For someone like you whose scope of work is so broad, don't let the 40K narrow it down. Right?
I needed that. Yeah, you have no idea how much 40, I needed it.
Where's 40K, where's 4 million, right? The 40K, yeah, thank you, but fuck you, right? Fuck it. Dude, fuck it. I think this is the biggest thing. Don't stop thinking about that 40K. Assume you're still at 1,200.
Yeah. And just exactly.
Yeah, wake up. Assume you're at 1,200. Post whatever the fuck you want. It works. You don't like it, please, thank you for being here for this time. Someone else will join in. As simple as that.
That is much needed. I don't know how to get out of this head of mine. There's no pressure from outside. It's just self.
Just create, enjoy it, have fun at the end of the day.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you.
Yeah, we're looking forward to your journey. I don't know when we'll have a part 2 of Harshita.
Oh,
But,
we'll do casual meetups in general also.
Yeah, that
in
we'll
Bangalore
do.
only. I'll
That
take my
we'll
Mumbai
do.
tote bag.
Not allowed.
I
If
am
you're meeting
sorry.
us, let's courier her in Bangalore bag, and that's the only way we're going to meet her. There's nothing else. But anyway, I definitely want a part 2 of this.
Yes,
but
definitely.
you're going to come back and tell me when you want to do that part 2.
Definitely.
When you feel it's a significant amount of time and
True.
there's enough that's happened.
Can
And
interview you.
That I don't know.
Stay tuned. Next episode.
Never know. But anyway, this was episode 53 of On a Personal Note with Adarsh Sakare. If you've stayed till here, you are a sweetheart. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks, Harshita.
Thank you so much.